There has been this ridiculous conversation. The conversation is, or the premise is, that would you rather be stuck in a forest or whatever with a bear or a man? And some people have added layers. Like, okay, would you rather your daughter or your child or your wife, right? So let's just go with that. But before I get into it, can we go ahead and acknowledge that nobody wants to be stuck in the wilderness with anything or anywhere with anybody, just stuck with something or somebody? Nobody wants. So let's just go ahead and say this. This is like a hits blunt type of question, right? Would you rather be stuck? You know what I'm saying? It's a high question. It's not even a real thing for real. It's just a question that people want to ask to get a certain reaction. So a lot of these women ask their men in their lives. So a lot of their reactions was, well, is the guy nice? Or where is the bear? Or what kind of bear? Or the environment? You know, things that people should ask when these type of questions get brought to them, right? And women were like, the fact that men even have to, or people have to consider the bear or the man is very telling. Let's just lay some things out really quickly. So we all know, right, that the man is the top of the food chain. We've hunted everything that can be the top of the food chain. We've subdued everything. Like, men have done that, right? Like, men have been conquerors. And whether it's negative or positive, that's been on the male's jacket, right? Men do that, right? And it's not always negative. I know ladies like to think that, but it's not always negative, right? So I think it's pretty logical for a man to say, I know what men are capable of. I know what men can do. So I would rather know what kind of guy it is, because we're all, pretty much all of us are capable of causing a lot of harm, especially to women, because they're more fragile and meek and weaker physically on average than a man, right? We all understand this. This is not rocket science. So for the person to ask that question makes sense. It's not a testament to how bad men are. It's just the way the world is. Like, it's nature. It's not this. It's a function of who men are. Not and here's the thing. You also want a man to be able to protect you with that same amount of ferocity that a man could harm you. So that shows you that nature is necessary. So that's that part. Now, women are saying they rather be stuck with a bear. Okay. So you rather be stuck in a bear's natural habitat that eats only meat for the most part. If you're talking about grizzlies in California, Joe Rogan talked about it, how basically they had to kill off bears because there were so many of them in California fucking people up. Not in the wilderness. Now, they were coming in the backyards and coming in their homes and mauling and brutally killing people, right? The nature of the bear is to hunt, so that's what it's going to do. If it's hungry, you don't want to be stuck. So I think a good question would be, okay, is the bear hungry? Has the bear eaten? Right? Is the bear used to seeing humans? These are factors, because if it's used to seeing humans in its habitat, it's probably going to identify it as prey. If it's not, it's probably going to run from it. I see women in the comment section talking about, I've come across a bear in the wilderness and it ran from me. You've also seen men in strip clubs that didn't look your way. You've also been on the street with men that never said a word to you. Actually, most men have never said anything to you. Most men have never tried to talk to you. That's the reality. Like, I know y'all try to paint this narrative that y'all get catcalled by every single man in America, but the reality is most men don't even say anything to you. They're probably scared to be honest. So you feel more safe with a bear. That's not what they're saying. What they're doing is painting a narrative that men are these evil creatures that you have to be aware of. And I'm not saying that's all the way wrong. There are evil men in this world. The question is it more likely that if you're trapped in a forest, a man would harm you or help you? I would go for help you. Why? Because who gets called in parks, in places when women or men or kids get hurt, stuck, attacked? Park rangers are mostly men. Firefighters are mostly men. Police officers are mostly men. And look, black women, I don't even know why you in this conversation. Because y'all see a goddamn water bug or a roach, you losing your mind. You would want to be stuck in the house with a water bug. So it's like, stop the cap, bro. Y'all are not more fearful of men than you are bears. It's just cap. Y'all need to stop it. Because this gender shit is like, at some point, man, like, we got to realize Americans are being fucking stupid. Just arguing to argue. There was literally a woman that brought up that 4 men raped a lizard in the forest, and that's somehow a justification for saying that men are more dangerous than bears in a forest.